NFL preview. First time, inaugural show. Looking forward to doing the show with my boy Eve. What you guys say?
Bang, bang! Bang, bang!
He's gonna give his Cactus Jack PTI feel.
That's it.
All right, man. Let's get to it.
For sure.
This is our first show. I want to just want to thank Eve for joining me for the show we talked about for a long time. Wanted to do something that I thought that would be something that we both would like and enjoy. And obviously we do enjoy sports, but we love the NFL. And I thought, you know what, no better person I could think of to do the NFL show with than you, my friend. So we're gonna try to run this each week. Try to get it posted each Thursday. But this preview show is kind of a little taste of what you're gonna get. Then we'll get right into it, on Thursday for the first week of action. So let's get into it. We're gonna do our preview show. This is gonna give our breakdowns of who we like in each division. First to worst in each division. I'm not sure you even got. I'm gonna throw it here. This is something I'm not talked to Eve about, but I'm not sure you got 6 playoff teams or not in your mind. But you do. All right then. All right. I'll let you push it.
But this is a preview show, so we're gonna come up and do this stuff first, and then we'll get to our playoffs after. It makes sense to do that. So let's do it that way.
Cool, man. So let me just give a quick. Let me ask you quickly, just before we get into it, man. What are you looking forward to this season?
What I'm looking for, I got a lot of questions for this season. You know what I mean? Because you and I have talked about Bob Griffin or Rob RG, whatever his name, Pokey Bobby or whatever, Billy Bob Thornton or whatever his name is.
Okay, folks at home, you can start having the drinking game of how many times in this case this season that Eve digs in on RG3.
You're dang straight.
We're not even 2 minutes into the first show and we're getting into RG3 already. Holy cow.
Yeah. But anyway, so my questions, a few questions I got this year.
Okay.
The whole RG3, let's start off with that. Secondly, will the Seahawks repeat this year?
Hey, now up front, I love my Seahawks. I love my Steelers. So that's my AFC, NFC type of thing.
Right.
My man here, he's a G-Man fan, so you might see some biases as the season goes on,
Oh, no, we can still be objective.
Yeah, we'll be objective, but, it's always close to our hearts in this case here.
Of course.
It's hard,
hard.
Yeah. Especially when playoff positioning starts happening.
Right, that's where it is. Like, get back to me in 6 weeks, then we can talk about it. Then we can really you'll see it really come out.
Can you imagine we did this show last year with 2 of our teams combined 0-11?
I think that we probably would have shot each. I think we probably would have not even had a show. We probably would have been cursing and saying all kinds of bad words.
Oh, we've been drinking some stiff drinks pretty much by about week 4.
And I can't drink.
Right, exactly. Rub me alcohol or something, right? Anyways, man, let's get into it, man. Me personally, what I'm looking forward to, I think there's going to be a sea change a lot. I think a couple of new teams are going to get into the mix.
Oh, for sure.
And I think more than just kind of the typical, one and done type of season. I think we're going to see some teams really make a big move this year. I don't know who they are, but I think you're going to see. I wouldn't be surprised this year you see some of the powers that we know in the past kind of dissipate a little bit, and kind of a new dawn is coming for certain teams. So I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what? I totally agree with you on that because my team. Who's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs? For this year.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, when you get in our picks, for the most part, I've gone pretty as close to, I guess, what you consider chalk as possible, but I got to sneak, especially a team or two is going to jump out there. And I have a feeling that it's going to do better than I think right now, but I'm holding back. I got one of them I know for sure I have right now, but
I wonder if it's the same ones that I wonder if one of them is the same one that I'm thinking.
Well, maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, so let's go to the AFC. Start with the AFC East. I'll throw out my picks here. I like let's see here. I like New England to win the division because I think the division itself is pretty weak. The Jets. I like Dolphins and then Buffalo as my pick. So that's
I think that I have the same when we were doing that, and there's no change on that. Yeah. Pats have been running that division for Lord knows how many years. The only way that things go bad for the for the Pats, it's very simple. If Brady gets hurt, gets knocked out, or something of the sort.
The year when Castle was pretty much for the entire season, they still won the division, didn't they?
No, they didn't. Remember, they didn't make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were 10 and 6.
They were 10 and 6. They were 10 and 6, and they didn't make playoffs.
Jets
And Belichick, and I gotta admit, that year, Belichick, I gotta be honest with you, I thought he should have won Coach of the Year.
Yeah,
Belichick, because like I don't know what happened, but like for them to be 10 and 6 and didn't make the playoffs, and he with what they had at that time, impressive, because Castle hasn't been the same quarterback since.
No, we'll see what happens this year. I mean, our boy Judd, as a Vikings fan, I mean, hoping Castle has a real breakout season, but we'll get to Minnesota at some point, so we'll see.
Right.
Let's see here. I don't think there's really much more to say about the East. I mean, it's pretty bland. I mean, I think some people to watch for. I mean, Tannehill, I think this is it for him. I mean,
really, I don't know. You know what? I think I've been watching Tannehill for the last late last season, and still even to the preseason. He has so developed as a quarterback. I know that he's not Marino. I think that's basically part of the allure that everybody's trying to put on him. But his numbers aren't bad, Brian.
His numbers aren't bad, but I find when it gets to late game situations and just like when you need that 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8, can you make that play? And I always find like Tannehill, he doesn't make that play.
Remember they beat New Orleans in New Orleans though.
Yeah,
and that was a great game last year.
True, but New Orleans gave us some games last year where it's like you're scratching your head like, really?
Yeah, true, but the fact about it, New Orleans was a pretty ranked defense, and it was pretty impressive. And I really think that this will be a maturation process. I'm not saying the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs, but I think that Tannehill is going to play very well. He'll surprise. They have a new offensive system.
The Saints last year too, so what's that saying? Like I'm not saying the Saints were bad, but the Saints were like a pretty loosey-goosey team. Like
you know what? Well, I have a lot of things to say about the Saints, but we'll talk about it later.
Let's move on to the AFC North, my favorite division. This division, I don't know. Pretty much, you could just throw them out there and just you could take a pick and pick whoever you want, because I don't know. I mean, I got Baltimore. I think Baltimore, to me, I think we'll get a bounce back year this year. I hate to say it. I'm getting a rash just saying it. Cincy, I got second. Steelers third. And I don't know. And Cleveland fourth. But after watching the Steelers this past week, I'm even suspect about the third pick right now. How Pittsburgh's offense looks horrible.
Well, when you have Snoop basically coming on Twitter and putting Coach Haley to blast and telling him you need to ditch that dude.
Slow clap, man. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been waiting for someone to put him on blast for the longest time. Yeah, I gotta get a pass on like ESPN, Fox Sports. Like, dude, I don't know what everyone thinks he's some genius offensive coordinator. Every time the Steelers they pretty much put the ball in the Roethlisberger's hands, the offense clicks.
Right.
Okay, that's usually in desperation mode where it's like, okay, we're doing no huddle. Right. Now all of a sudden we start to score points all over the place. Then wherever he's got a stupid little playbook out, man, it's like, what the heck are you doing?
Well, I don't know, because like for me, getting back to what you got in terms, I know that you said you chose the Ravens, and then you chose the Bengals, Steelers, and Browns. For me, I still got the Bengals winning the division. Mm-hmm. I'm not sold on the Ravens, just not. The defense, I have no issues with, but I'm just not a Joe Flacco guy.
Well,
defensive court, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Their offensive line was terrible last year. Mm-hmm. They haven't upgraded this year.
True.
They let a couple guys go.
That's true. But I think Flacco did improve as the season went on last year. I think a little bit. I mean, they came on a little stronger near the end, a little bit. They were a little better than at the beginning of the season. Don't forget, what's the name was hurt at the beginning of the season.
Which guy? Pitta, the tight end.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah, Pitta was out.
And it wasn't one of the receivers out last year too. For early in the season, was it
Torrey Smith?
Torrey Smith was out, wasn't he? Yeah.
I think he might have been out, but I'm not quite sure. But I know they missed Pitta. They also remember the situation with the offensive coordinator. That was becoming an issue. But I really think personally their running game was terrible. The offensive line was horrible, and that hasn't changed.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, I just going on just Baltimore's pedigree as much as I hate to say. I think I just think that the sluggishness of the Super Bowl win kind of played into a bit. Flacco with the big.
It's 2 seasons though, Ross.
Well, no, this season, but last season,
You think it was a hangover?
I think hangover, man. I mean, Flacco got the big contract. Yeah, I think the GM obviously screwed up on filling in the holes as best he could. But that said, though, I mean, I think they're going to bounce back. And Cincinnati's no world beater. You have fear in Cincinnati in that division?
No, I'm not going to say Cincinnati's a world beater in that division. However, they obviously are. I think they're going to miss Zimmer, the defensive coordinator. I think that's going to be the key. They're going to miss him because he was the real rock on that team.
Right.
Because the defensive guys loved him. And Mike Zimmer is no joke of a coach because obviously he's going to be the coach of the Vikings, and we'll see how he does. But as a coordinator, just phenomenal. And they've been good consistently for the last 3 years as long as he's been coordinator. We'll see. But I do have the Bengals winning that division. Reason being, I just think the talent wise, they're just as good provided. But true. Dalton,
well, that's what it comes down to, right? Like, I mean, like, it's a quarterback league. Can Dalton get it done? That's the part that still makes me nervous about them a little bit.
True, but when you hear people thinking that they want to get rid of the guy, I'm going, well, like, who else are you going to get?
That's the thing, right? Yeah, you're digging the scrap heap for Tim Tebow.
Right, and this is Cincinnati we're talking about.
Right.
They got into the playoffs for 3 straight years.
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah, true. But, okay, so we might as well get it out the way. So how long, what's the over-under on Johnny Football getting into starting this season? 3 games, 4 games?
Hoyer has 4 games, and he has 3 games. If he knows this after 3 games, because I think they have a bye in the 4th week.
That's what I was thinking too. Usually they get their bye that division gets their bye pretty early.
Correct. So I think he'll be in. My opinion, I mean, I don't like to come and say this when I like to give guys chances, but I really don't know about this thing with this kid. I'm a little concerned. I gotta be honest with you. I think he's gonna get smoked. He's gonna get smoked.
Hey,
he's too small.
He signed the contract, so I ain't lose no sleep for him.
True. It ain't affected. Like, personally, I think the whole Johnny Football nonsense. You're just Manziel. You gotta prove it on the field.
all right, Hard Knocks. Check you out. Getting old school on you. AFC South. What you got?
Man, I think you and me, we're completely different.
Yeah. I thought this had the most volatility, I think, of all the divisions. Because
volatility? It's not even volatility.
I think just how you compare to me. Like, I mean, yeah. Like, where you thought, I was like, whoa, why I saw your picks? Like, okay.
Yeah, I knew your eyes would open up a little.
I was like, ooh. Go ahead, please tell the people who your picks are.
Yeah, for sure.
So they can spill their juice in this case, or whatever else they may be drinking.
Sorry about that. But let's put it this way. For me, I got obviously the Colts as the best team in that division. But this is now upset pick alert. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars, as the number 2 team in the AFC South. I said
let's pause for a second. Let's
marinate that for a little bit, right?
For a second. Please tell the people why.
Okay.
You have Jacksonville's number 2.
Why. First of all, the coach. I mean, listen, they might not be the most talented team, but they play hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why.
The team plays hard too. That don't mean they're gonna do something.
No. Trust me, I'm really sold on the Blake Bortles kid. I'm sold on him. He should be the starter. He should be the starter.
Oh man, Charlotte man. Oh yeah, Blake Bortles start. Let me guess.
Listen. Remember we said that sometimes it's not a case of all. You just gotta go with your eyes, right? You just gotta go.
I agree. I'm not saying he's not ready in this case too, but I don't care how good he is, dude. He ain't gonna be the next coming.
Listen, they have a good defense. Yeah. The offensive's changed around a little bit. Plus, they have Toby Gerhardt, who's a big rhinoceros of a running back, not like the old Mike Allstott days and stuff like that. But he's a pretty big back. I think he's going to be so hungry for a change because he's going to be out of the Adrian Peterson shadow, so he's going to do his thing.
First, I can't remember. I haven't heard this. Have they decided they're going to start him?
Who, Gerhardt?
No, I talking about Bortles.
No, he's not going to be because I think they're going to go with Henny. They're going with Henny, but they also have some good wide receivers there on that team. They got some playmakers. So as crazy as everybody might think it is, I just think Jacksonville will actually be second in the division.
That there's a Charlemagne alert. That's for you all, man.
Straightforward.
Okay, who you got third?
For me, I got Tennessee going. I think Tennessee's a very good team too. I think they're going to be very underrated. Their defense is no joke, and that's always been a Tennessee staple. Right. It's just because they haven't had the players for the last couple of years. But Wisenhunt is the coach. I'm sorry, like in football, coaches sometimes do as well as the talent makes a big difference.
You get a couple wins. There's no two ways about that.
That's right. Wisenhunt is a good coach.
He's a good coach.
He's a good coach, and I think that but I just think that because Locklear, whatever his name is, he's the quarterback. Yeah, and he's on contract year. This is a make it or break it season for him. I don't think he's that good. I think I just think that I know they have this kid named Bishop Sankey that is the running back.
Yeah.
Kid fumbles the ball a lot. So that's an issue right now. He's doing that during practice and during games.
Yikes.
So that might be an issue. Yeah, they're not good. I got in terms of Houston. I don't know. I see a lot of people hyping on Houston, but Houston has no quarterback.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, that leads.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, ladies and gentlemen.
That gives you a good segue to mine in this case here, and I have Houston bouncing back. Not bouncing back, crazy bounce back, but bouncing back enough that I think they can get 8 wins this year. If I was thinking.
Okay, so are you choosing them to be second in the division
Yes.
with an 8-8 record?
Well, let me put 8 means 7 and 9.
I can't even see them even getting 7 wins.
Well, hold on a second. The defense alone should you win them a game or two.
Listen, the defense is top notch, no doubt
So
about
they're
it.
gonna keep them in games.
It'll get you 5 games.
Right.
It'll probably get you 5.
It's going to keep you in games. And then you're playing against the other jokers in the division too, right? So, I mean, Jake Locker's putting fear in you? Really?
Okay,
You're talking about.
True. I hear what you're saying, but Tennessee's a lot better than you probably think.
No, I'm not saying I got Tennessee. I got Tennessee third.
Okay.
And I got Jax as fourth. I'm sorry, I'm not putting stock in Jacksonville. They're
Okay.
Jacksonville, as far as I'm concerned. I don't care.
It doesn't surprise you.
It's a duck. In this case, that's Jacksonville. It's gonna be the same old, same old. And Tennessee, they play hard. There's no lie about that. Locker's a solid quarterback.
Solid.
Solid from a standpoint. He's not.
He was hurt.
No, I'm saying when I say solid, he's not. He's not gonna. He's gonna keep in a game, right? He's not gonna.
He's gonna keep you in a game until he throws the ball.
I agree in this case here that he's prone to make a big mistake, but the games are gonna be competitive. Is what I'm saying. Tennessee rarely gets blown out. They play hard, and so they're gonna squeeze out some games you don't expect them to win, and they're gonna lose some games they're supposed to win. So between them and Houston's a flip flop, and I took Houston in this case just for the fact that I think overall the rest of their team has more talent than Tennessee. I think at least in the defensive end. On that side, and still, and whoever what's his name decides to come back to go and catch a ball or two.
You mean Andre Johnson?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's back.
He's back. He came back because I lost track of him, man.
No. He ain't trying to lose his money.
Well, I don't know if he was. Well,
I blame him for acting the way he did.
Well, yeah, I mean to some extent. I mean, then the fact he got as I said before, who he got thrown to him, that probably didn't please him as well.
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, the fact the problem with him is very simple. The guy's been in the league for so long, and so much turnover on all these quarterbacks. Then I think after Schaub kind of just.
Well, Schaub was there for 5 years?
Yeah, but Schaub but the last 2 years.
No, I agree.
It's just regressed in such a way that you were shocked. And then plus one of the most overrated running backs. I don't care what anybody tells me is Arian Foster.
So you're not buying that Arian Foster stock that he's buying himself?
How did that deal work out? Dumb. Anyway.
Oh, Foster. Anyways, let's get into the West, AFC West. I think this is going to be an improving decision, man. So you tell your picks, man.
I got the Broncos, obviously.
That's obvious.
Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders. All right. But here's the thing. The Chargers are going to give the Chargers are give them a heck of a run.
Was that the team you were talking about when I said there's going to be some teams that... Yes. That was the team I had in my head, too, that I think is going to make a big push.
Well... Yeah, and the thing about it is no biasness because the Chargers are my team when it comes to the AFC. But I'm gonna say this: the Chargers know they can beat the Broncos.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
The Broncos know, and I think the Broncos know that the Chargers can beat the Broncos.
I just beat Denver and Madden just yesterday, actually, with the Chargers. Four picks Manning there.
Yeah, exactly. So the thing about it is the Chargers are the team to watch. The Chiefs. I'm not as much as I respect Andy Reid. Yeah, you know what? I think Andy Reid is like, he doesn't know how to use. He doesn't know how to use his. He's not a running guy the way he should be, and I think that's what cost him last year.
Well, not only that, I think when the schedule started turning on them, they started playing real big boys. It's like, you ain't. It wasn't the old Dennis Green line. You knew who they were. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, for what you thought they were. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, especially that. And on top of that, and since you said Green, it's kind of funny because during that playoffs, man, when they lost away to the Colts, those are terrible losses that can be franchised.
Exactly, but that's a classic Andy Reid loss. Like that's like his top 5.
It's true, and he's had a lot of them.
Right, he's had a lot. Let me find ways to give away a game.
Can't believe it. Couldn't believe it. So it was unbelievable.
You want to see a guy? I'm glad that he's a coach of team I like, man. Because what little hair I have, I'll be pulling it out, man.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
that's really. But as I said before, the Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to scare the bejeez
yeah,
of out of the Broncos.
Denver, yeah.
First, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Broncos are going to be so. You're going to see a lot of picks from like all that magical stuff that happened last year.
Yeah, I think people are gonna start figuring that out a little bit.
No, because
Like you already saw what Welker and guys are punishing those guys. I think everyone's taking a playbook of what Seattle did last year in the Super Bowl, just killing the receivers because them dudes didn't want no part of it.
And look what happened to Walker this last week. Got smoked on a simple. And you know what though? Here's the thing: Peyton Manning, all the greatness and everything.
Now, you and I have said this for years, but the media don't want to talk about this in this case here.
Right.
We said this for years. That dude lays out his receivers.
He puts his receivers to get killed.
A piece of steak on a plate every week.
Oh, my goodness.
And no one mentioned Dallas Austin in this case here.
Austin Collie. When Austin Collie. Yeah, man. When Austin Collie was an amazing receiver for them. And then he got him killed.
Harrison used to take some hits.
Harrison used to take hits. And I'm thinking to myself, this dude, I was like, when he threw that ball.
He throws these little floaters across the middle, guys lunging out for him and stuff like that and plaps. Because he loves to throw those seam balls in this case, man.
Right.
And it's like, it's one of these little receivers, man. They're going to get killed, man.
And no disrespect, I think Welker, I think he's had 3 concussions in 10 months.
10 months, he's done.
He has to be done. I don't know why he's playing.
Well, I mean, he's playing for the money.
He's going to have a Don BB helmet. Yeah. He already has a Don BB helmet.
And you know what I love, too, in this case here? Now, I mean, I can't get anyone's head, but I do find it interesting that Manning goes in there talking trash to the dude at him.
People. Yeah, you should be talking to yourself.
The cynical side of me said, like, okay, he's trying to take heat off himself quickly. But say, hey, that's my dude.
Yeah.
And I was talking about that and say, oh, look at Manning getting into the dude's face. He's a real team player.
No. Because you just got your guy killed.
Right, again. Again.
Yeah, like, I mean, every time that Weston talks to
for like 6 years or something like that.
Come on, man.
He gets like one concussion, maybe like 6-7 years with Tom Brady.
Yeah, come on.
In 10 months,
3 in 10 months.
Come on, you tell me it's nothing to do with the quarterback, please.
Right. Like, and the funny thing about it is, the funny thing is when that play happened later on, you just started hearing reporters like, Dan Patrick's like, look, I like Peyton, but he might be upset about it, but. Man, dude, he's getting that boy killed.
He does that all the time. We saw it in the Super Bowl as well, too. Dudes even want to open up their arms and catch balls across there. They think some dudes like Thomas were pulling back their hands like, no, I don't want that.
Yo, trust me. Like, then you wonder why Eric Decker probably left.
Yeah.
Because he took, too.
Because in this case, he wants to see his family a little later on in life, guys. He's having
man.
Dead ducks thrown at you in that mile-high wind. Anyways, man, this is AFC section. We'll cut it off here. We'll, check us back out in part 2 with the NFC. Subscribe to us on YouTube, the Beyond the Locker Room. So, put your comments down below.
Yeah, we want your comments, your questions.
Man.
We want you to argue with us. Tell us that you guys are crazy. You guys are nuts. How you guys are just. We'll even answer your questions on air and respond to you directly. We will punk you out. Bang, bang.
Yes, you'll definitely follow up on us in this case when we see whatever commentaries you guys have. So, anyways, let's cut it off here. NFC coming up. And we'll get to it in a few moments. Peace.
All right. Peace.